In an event that not only shook the quiet seaside town of Southport but the whole of the UK itself, the tragic loss of 3 innocent little girls due to a fatal knife attack by a 17-year-old British male born in Cardiff to parents from Rwanda has caused uproar over the past 2 weeks as riots and protests have erupted across the nation after a false rumour that the attacker was a Muslim asylum seeker quickly spread online. Days of violence would follow across the country, with scenes from the likes of Manchester, Liverpool, Hull, London and Belfast, and many more have been shared worldwide. In this video, I'll give you a brief glimpse into how the community is coping over in Southport and how the country is coping with the fallout. So as you can see from this footage, this is Hart Lane in Southport where the tragic events unfolded. And as we move along the street, you can see that the colour pink has been spread across the town to help unite the community and pay respect to the 3 little girls who sadly passed away. From pink lights to ribbons on trees and a huge memorial on the corner with everything from flowers to cards, teddies, candles, balloons and much more. As you can see just beyond this, the road is completely shut off as the police continue their work. Pink lights continue to line the streets though all the way along in a touching tribute as the town unites. As for the fallout and the riots that have followed, I feel that this has been a culmination of a number of factors here in the UK, from an out-of-control immigration problem to working class people feeling that they have no voice or power left within their own communities, have reached a boiling point after misinformation spread online claiming that the attacker was a Muslim asylum seeker. Whilst there is no denying that there has clearly been a rise in violent crimes across the UK since immigration numbers have increased, people are arriving that haven't been processed from places that some people haven't even heard of. With this, they also bring parts of their culture with them, and whilst most of this is welcomed, some of the behaviours and beliefs have proven to be outright violent. A rise in swords and machetes being used in public, to acid attacks and sex trafficking rings. These were crimes people in the UK hadn't even heard of happening before, let alone have them happen in their own country. And whilst immigration is a major concern for people across the UK for the past several years and does need resolving quickly, this leaves the majority of British working class feeling left behind, with anyone who speaks out against immigration seemingly deemed an enemy of the state, with feelings that migrants are getting priority from two-tier policing to being placed in modern hotels with meals whilst the British taxpayer struggles to pay their bills after the country also involves itself in proxy wars that no one had voted for in the first place, and the police at times refusing to protect the public in instances due to a lack of resources. The public time and time again know that they have been lied to and frustrations are boiling over. However, besides all of these factors and more, looking at the bigger picture, the problem here is that the division caused within society is caused on purpose to keep people distracted, and instead of arguing and fighting between each other, people should be looking up at the governments and the elitists who continue to pull the strings and run the nation into the ground with their own globalist agendas. This isn't just Britain either, but from Europe to Scandinavia and the rest of the Western world. No matter your background, religion or skin colour, you will have more in common with the people in your community than you ever will with the governments and elitists who are completely disconnected from the public's needs and frustrations. They don't and never will care for you, only for their own agendas. Riots like this should have never unfolded after such a devastating loss of life, but unfortunately this won't be the last time something like this happens if things continue to go the way they are here in the UK and across the Western world.